ADRIAN PROSZENKO Last updated 8:06 the 13th of April 2019. Ian Hitchcock, Getty Images Storm captain Cameron Smith has cheered from the field after breaking the NRL all-time points scoring record. Ian Hitchcock, Getty Images Storm skipper Cameron Smith lines up a goal-kicking attempt against the Cowboys on Friday night. Ian Hitchcock, Getty Images Cameron Smith poses with a medal presented to him after becoming the NRL's record points scorer. Ian Hitchcock, Getty Images Storm back Cameron Munster is tackled by North Queensland's Inari Tuwala as he tries to make a break. Rugby league. When you've been around for as long as Cameron Smith, you seem to notch a new record every few weeks. Most goals, most wins, most games, most tackles and most origins are already in his keeping. On Friday night, he passed an NRL magic mark. Smith, described by coach Craig Bellamy as the best player he has ever seen, is now officially the highest point scorer in NRL history. Early in the second half in the win over North Queensland, Smith passed Hazem El Masri's tally of 2,418, a record that had stood for a decade. Ironically, it was the goals Smith missed that kept his opponents in the contest. "It was nice to see it go through the sticks," Smith said of the record-breaking kick. Read more, Panthers tripped by Titans, NRL shuts door on full ow, Broncos lose fourth in row, Tonga doesn't fear Kiwis raid, Big Bunnies test for Warriors, it's a special moment. It's hard to take it in while you're playing, you've got a job to do for another 25 minutes. It's quite a humbling moment for me to be the highest point scorer in the history of our game. It's quite surreal going past a legend like Hazem El Masri, who is a magician with the boot. Being around the top of that table with guys like Andrew Johns, it's quite surreal and very humbling. Quite a special night obviously. Ad feedback. It was also a huge occasion for Sandor Earl. The winger's last game was for Canberra in round 24 of 2013. His comeback, in jersey number 19, came after 4 years were wiped out via a drugs ban, and a further season cruelled by a ruptured ACL. It was a long sabbatical and the rust showed. Earl made 3 errors in the first half alone as he readjusted to the breakneck pace of the NRL. He will be better for the run. Had it not been for back-to-back tries to Josh Adokar, the Storm would have had nothing more to celebrate. They came up against a spirited North Queensland side, but after yet another loss, one that consigned them to bottom spot on the ladder, their home ground can no longer be described as a fortress. Their recent record at the stadium, just like the incongruous 1300 Smiles name, is hardly going to instill fear into visitors. It's difficult to determine which of the three Queensland sides have been the most disappointing so far this season. A case can be made for the Cowboys. Their pack, on paper, is as good as any, even if it is currently missing Jason Taumalolo. There is every chance it will also be missing another representative star, Josh McGuire, for the foreseeable future. Cameron Munster accused Maroons teammate McGuire of one of rugby league's grubbiest acts, an eye gouge. Replays appear to suggest McGuire is in a spot of bother after raking the fingers of his left hand near the eye sockets of his Maroons teammate. Referees gave Munster the opportunity to lodge an official complaint, but he opted against it. Asked after full-time whether he was gouged, Munster told the Nine Network, "I won't go there. Me and Moose obviously have a bit of a connection there, have a bit of a laugh every now and then. Yeah, he did get me, but like I said, I wasn't going to put it on report. That won't be the end of the matter." There is every chance McGuire could become the first player suspended for gouging since George Burgess copped 4 weeks for the same act on Dallin Wadine-Zelezniak during a test match last year. The Cowboys could be missing other key personnel. Nene McDonald appeared to suffer a broken leg in a collision that also resulted in John Asiata copping an arm injury late in the game. In that same set of 6, Kurt Baptiste hammered Munster late as he was kicking the ball. The depth of Paul Green's side will be further tested. Munster appeared to suffer no ill effects from the earlier incident. He showed tremendous vision in setting up his side's first try with a sublime short ball to Will Chambers. His duel with Michael Morgan, part of a greater battle for the Queensland number 6 jersey, was a ripper. Whenever the Northerners produced a big play, Morgan was usually involved. Kicked astutely, including a 40-20, and ensured his side remained in a contest few expected it to win. Earlier on Friday night, the Titans earned their first win of the season. That result leaves the Cowboys on level pegging aside them in last place. This from a side that played the Storm in a grand final just 18 months ago. At a glance: Melbourne Storm 18, J. Adokar 2, W. Chambers tries, C. Smith 3 goals, North Queensland 12, B. Hampton, Team Martin tries, J. Kahu 2 goals. Sydney Morning Herald.